Casey and Derek Jolley today. Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
You're very, very welcome. I've had the privilege to work with you two for quite a few years now, and I know your parents. I don't know. Actually, I met your parents too, yeah. Casey, because Casey's brother and one of my sons were best friends in high school.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they got in trouble.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's okay.
Exactly.
So, tell us a little bit about your family. Now, you're from Vegas.
Both of us born and raised.
Born and raised. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Centennial High School. And
Sweet.
Met Derek at Lake Powell, one of our favorite places, and then got married in 2008. And when we first got married, Derek was doing home inspections with his dad. With Drew.
Yep, Jolley Inspections.
Yep.
Did that for a few years.
Yeah.
Yep, and then I was working in a dental office when we first got married, and then got my real estate license. My family's kind of always been in real estate, so that was an easy transition, sort of.
Sure.
So got my license, and then we had our oldest, Madeline, started getting busy, and then Derek got licensed to kind of come in and help, and we've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
It's worked quite well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, when I was doing inspections, she got a real estate license. We have a good friend who we've been working with, Darren Bryan. He's also a local agent in town. He was like one of my scout leaders back in the day, and he helped us buy our first house. Yeah. And then when Casey got her license, that's when like the short sales were just going
starting.
Crazy.
It was just kind of starting. So he was like, figure this out. Like, okay, I don't know anything, but
Darren did a lot of deals, and so he's like, asked Casey to help with the short sales, and so I feel like Casey learned like the hardest thing possible. Sure. And then was able to figure it out, and then when traditional real estate started happening, it was
like,
wasn't
wow,
tough.
this is so much easier. I don't have to call every day the bank. So
yeah. And you live here in the Northwest.
Yeah, live in Northwest, the Lone Mountain area, which we really like.
Yeah, we love it out here.
Just quiet and a little darker, not so many street lights, but I don't know, like there's not parks and stuff close for the kiddos, but
we like the land. Like Derek has his chickens that he takes care of.
Yeah.
So
How many
we pretend
chickens?
we're farmers on our half acre.
Yeah, I like the chickens. We have probably right now 13. So I've had up to like 20, and I've had so that 20 was a little too much, but yeah, I got a good little group of hens and a little rooster.
Nice. Do you get a dozen a day or 10
or? Yeah. So it was hot this summer, so they tend not to lay a lot in the summertime. It's probably farmer error. But I get like 7 or 8 now.
Farmer.
Yeah.
Derek likes.
I'm gonna call you farmer Derek.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have chickens too. They're pretty low maintenance.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Do you have like the auto gate that closes and when it gets dark or just before it gets dark?
I probably could make it a lot easier on myself.
He does put the swamp cooler out. I'm like, where's the swamp cooler? He's like, it's on the chickens. It's
Oh,
a little
that's
hot.
so
I'm like,
funny.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
The heat lamp during the winter.
Yeah. I had our first batch. Coyotes came and got them all. Oh. So my daughter found them. So that was a little traumatic for her.
I know.
Yikes.
But yeah, no, it's good.
Chickens are great. They're very low maintenance.
Yeah.
It's nice to have.
And eggs are expensive now, so.
They are.
So is chicken food, so that's whatever.
We're definitely not coming out ahead, but it's a fun hobby.
Yeah, we don't make money, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, my grandkids like seeing the chickens. How many children?
So 4 kiddos.
4. Okay.
Yep. So we have an 8th grader, 5th grader, and then our boys are kinder and first this year.
Very cool.
Yeah. 2 girls, 2 boys.
Wonderful.
Busy and fun.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah, I have 6 boys. 4 of them, 5 of them graduated from Centennial. Yeah. The outlier was our oldest was Cimarron Memorial.
Oh, that's where I went.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a better education there.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I've heard. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about jumping into the market right now. How's the market? How do you see the market? Rates are down, although the rates have kind of inched back up. The last 2 days it's kind of been crazy. They go up and down.
Yeah, all the time.
Tell us how you feel about the market right now.
I feel like the market's pretty solid. We've had, just people ask us a lot, my opinions on the market, and homes that we've listed have sold, and there's homes available out there for the buyer. So in my opinion, I feel it's pretty solid for both buyer and seller. You're not going to throw your home on the market and have it 10 offers like there has been
Okay,
at times.
so there's more inventory.
There seems to
which
be
is
a
nice.
little more inventory,
Yeah.
which is good. Yeah.
I like the good ready to sell homes that we're going quickly right now.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you ever work with first-time home buyers? Do you have any advice for someone buying their first home?
We do a lot of first time home buyers. I feel like they're always so nervous to like make that first step, right? It's a huge investment. Derek has some home buyers, first time home buyers that they haven't made a home purchase in 10 years. They've been renting for a long time. So I think sometimes we think like first time home buyers are like brand new newlyweds, and a lot of like people have to rent for a while before they can buy.
That's
But
true.
I think the biggest thing is just getting comfortable with a payment amount, and then recognizing you're going to be making a payment towards rent or towards owning, and so it's not as scary as it seems. And especially if you are going to be somewhere for a while, you might as well be owning your home.
Yeah, and
Putting
people
towards
try to pick the right time to buy
Yes.
once
Yeah.
they're here.
Yes.
Hey, if you can afford it, that's
Yeah.
where most of the wealth in this country is in housing wealth. So
Yeah.
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 get in while you can.
No, I give them like personal information, like as far as like when we first got married, we couldn't buy a home. We had to get our parents to co-sign with us, but
Yeah.
luckily we were able to get a home and build enough equity of that and sell a home and make some money and buy another home, and then and so for first-time home buyers, it's mostly I don't really give like unsolicited advice because I feel like I don't have any great advice unless they ask, and then if they but yeah, if they ask, then it's always a good idea to buy. I'd rather
I think that's the biggest thing. People are like waiting for the perfect time, and there's no perfect time. I feel like the market's going to go up and down a bunch of times, so jump in and then refinance when you need to.
And we have to qualify people on what they, I'm a mortgage
afford, yeah.
broker, on what they can afford.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's either going to work or it isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And so if you can afford it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's lots of down payment assistance programs too to help
Help them.
people, and so very cool. Do you have any funky, weird? Do you have a funny story about a house that you've sold or listed? Any
We were trying to
any
think of like,
strange or
yeah, strange. I feel like the craziest listings we had was back during the short sale times. Like the houses, we called it the poop house, was one of our listings because
We took our daughter over there.
and she called it that.
She called it
She
poop
started
house.
calling it that. It was in a neighborhood that we lived in actually, and we thought they were running a bounce house business out of this home. And we're like, who are these guys? They were squatters.
Yeah, remember when squatters was the big thing?
Oh,
It was
yes,
they were
yes.
running a business out of it, and then we realized they shouldn't be living there. The owner thought she had sold it back to the bank type situation, or so we got them kicked out. But they had just animals gone wild in the home, and it was
And there's like poo everywhere.
so gross,
Yeah.
so gross. That was.
poop house? Okay.
The
The
poop house. Yeah. So the short sale era, there was like, and even doing inspections. I did inspections for like a lot of short sale properties back in the day.
Yeah.
And I mean, the rumors that you hear about like people being mad and putting concrete down toilets and stuff like that. I didn't see that often, but I saw it.
It was
You know,
wild.
or like just holes in walls and studs just ripped out, and you definitely don't see that as much. People aren't as mad, but we listed a few of those homes.
Yeah,
So that was kind of crazy back in the day.
those were our craziest.
And then you can edit this out if you want, but so I feel like with most of our clients, we get like build a good relationship with them, right? Sure. And so sometimes we like either like we go out to dinner with them or become good buddies. And so one night I was texting Casey, just like something goofy, a little inappropriate, I thought was funny, but didn't realize I wasn't texting Casey. I was texting my clients. I won't read you the exact text, but anytime they see me, I call Casey, like, I call her Booba. I'm just like, hey, Booba. And so it went from babe to baby, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I was just like, it's either boob or Booba, you know. And so I started that text, what's up, Booba? And then went on to say something funny, inappropriate, but funny. And then I text our client that, the husband and wife, and then it was before you could edit a text or delete a text. And I was like, son of a... And I just...
So now they call you lover boy.
They call me Booba, and then they say, remember when you said moo? And I was like, yeah, I remember that.
They're like, we won't tell you when this happened.
Yeah.
But other people have definitely brought it up.
Yeah, my cousin called me and they're like, yeah, I heard you saw us do what they...
That's
like,
funny. Yeah, I got a text from some clients years ago. the husband sent it to me,
Thinking
thinking it was his wife. Hey, honey, I'm coming home for a nooner. And so
The best part is Derek
I didn't even read.
copied and pasted the
Oh,
text
that's
to
funny.
me. He didn't want to let the good material go.
It was good stuff.
Still reused it on
I'll show
Amazon.
it to you after.
Oh, that's funny. So now when you get a call from someone like a buyer, you have to put them at ease and make them feel, you both come across very warm and friendly and trustworthy. That comes naturally. But how do you ease a buyer's concerns?
No, for sure. Well, there's one more story. Remember that dude from like Chicago?
Yeah,
That was kind of crazy. It was wherever he was from. That was like flying in.
yeah. Well, I guess crazy stories. We did some internet leads, which I'll transition into how we talk to our buyers now. But
We tell him
When we were
crazy stories
first-
and it makes him calm.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I was working with someone. It was mostly just on the phone and emailing, and it was coming out. And I never intended to show him because I never met this guy. And so probably months of like touring homes for him and FaceTiming and talking. And then when he came to fly out, I was just like, hey, my husband Derek will pick you up from the airport. I have some things I need to get done today. And then we'll meet up later. And he just went dark, never heard from him again, stopped responding to emails. So I feel like advice to agents or like women, I'm always like, do not go meet someone that you don't know, that you haven't. So typically, Derek and I will always meet with people. We kind of both meet with people we don't know first. And they tend to take, which I feel like is a benefit of male
Sure.
and female.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people are more drawn to me and some people are more drawn to Derek. So we kind of just see who they click with and then go from there.
Yeah.
But I feel like meeting someone in person and just seeing like, we're real people, we're genuine, we have kids, we have a life, we live in this area, I feel like is what puts
And I've
people at
noticed
ease.
that too when you refer us business,
It kinda
which
depends.
we love and appreciate. Sometimes they'll be working with you or Derek.
Sure, yeah,
That's a nice advantage to have you as a couple there.
yeah. thanks.
Yeah,
Very, very
no.
cool.
I feel like Casey's definitely the backbone of everything.
Yeah.
And she
Well,
always-
most people would probably like cases
Yeah.
more.
The
That's
older
what
women, Derek, like, I don't know what happens, but they're definitely drawn to Derek. So.
I like older women, so it's fine. It's whatever.
But most of
Very
our buyers or clients are referral based now, which is so nice because it's a handoff of like, hey,
Yes,
we know
yes.
they already come warm to us, and then we meet
Yeah.
them, and then kind of go from there.
Very
you know.
cool. Very cool.
As far as like a listing appointment, when someone says, "Hey, we want to list our house. Do you want to come over and just chat about it?" I love being able to go over there with Casey and just like both of us. It just kind of having us there together. We're able to resolve concerns better, just talk to them better, and if there's that awkward silence, there's two of us. So
Well,
I
like your
enjoy that.
team, it's
Yeah,
just great having a team
Right.
as added support, so you don't ever feel like you're alone in something. So
Very good. Now on the buyer side, even on the listing side now, the new what do I want
Buyer
to call
broker
it? Buyer
agreement?
broker
Yeah,
agreement.
kinda interesting.
Do you want to share your thoughts on
we
that?
haven't really noticed a difference yet. Again, I think it helps having a relationship with people and just saying, here's what's going on, here's the changes, we're figuring it out too. I don't feel like we're ever act like we know everything. It's very much we're figuring this out as it unfolds, which I think being transparent puts people at ease too. But so
Everything's
far
always
it's been
been
okay.
it's always been a negotiation, and
Yeah.
so now it just is.
It's a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just clarity there. So
Yeah, I feel like if you're upfront with people and let them know, so there's no surprises, I feel like people appreciate that the most.
Yeah, communication I think is the biggest thing we've learned. Just over communicate with people, let them know what's going on, and then they're less likely to get upset or not know what's happening.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The you mentioned Lake Powell in the very beginning
Yeah.
where you met. You still go to Lake Powell? It's a favorite place
We
to go
do.
to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love Powell.
Casey's dad has a sweet boat that we were able to take advantage of. So thank you, Scott. But yeah, so that's a good time. Our kids love it, and so just a good time.
Yeah, we like the lake.
Very good. Now, are you licensed in other states or
Nope.
here in
Yep, just
here
Nevada.
in Nevada? Okay, very
Yeah.
good.
It's been fun meeting other agents like your son who helped us out and,
Sure.
and making those like referral connections. But nope, we're just here in Vegas, Nevada.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anything? You're so good natured. I love you guys, but any dirt No, I don't want to use that word. But what do you
Spill
like to
more
do?
of your secrets.
Interesting hobbies or anything other than the chickens or the?
So I feel like locally, like I enjoy, now that the kids are getting older too, like the Golden Knights, going to their games, watching their games. UNLV football or basketball has always been fun.
Golden Knights games.
Yeah, Golden Knights games.
Currently coaching a volleyball team for my
Okay.
daughter's elementary school, so
Okay.
that's exciting.
It is. Wow.
Do a little
Yeah.
volleyball. Mostly it's going to kids' sports games and church activities.
Yeah. Busy with those 4 kids.
Yes.
Yeah, volleyball's big in my family. My son JD.
Okay.
You know,
We play volleyball against each other.
he coaches
awesome.
at Cheyenne.
Nice.
He's a
Yeah.
school teacher at Cheyenne.
Okay.
He coaches the girls and boys teams there. So
That's right. Yeah,
That's really
JD's a good player.
yeah.
JD's school. I saw him the other day, maybe a year ago. But yeah, I like JD.
Yeah, he's a good coach too. He
Yeah,
loves
I
those
bet.
kids. When you get a listing or call for a listing or buyers, okay, why do people come to you?
I feel like the knowledge of the town of Vegas, both being from here, but also like being from here, you get to know a lot of people also, and then people move out, to Henderson or the South Side or whatever, and so you keep those contacts, and so just learning more about the town and knowing a lot about different areas, and then Casey. I mean, that's probably why they come to us. Is
I think-
That's what I was going to say.
yeah, I mean,
like,
that's why'd you
thanks,
ask that?
Derek.
That's a simple answer.
No, I feel like we're knowledgeable and trustworthy.
Yeah.
Derek's a pretty likable guy, so if you like him. I think Derek's a huge advantage for buyers, especially like when he goes out with his home inspection background.
Yes.
Just to easily identify
Yes.
like, oh, the AC unit's new, or there's a stain on the ceiling, that things that most people aren't looking at as quickly. So I think that's a big advantage.
Yeah, I can see that'd be a huge advantage.
Yeah.
You're a home inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. But I don't know, like, sometimes it's like, okay, should I, like, I guess I need to point that out. I don't know what the law is.
You
Delete
always
that.
point out major things. Oh my gosh, no. One thing I feel like we've learned as agents though is being careful with your opinion of cosmetic things.
Okay.
That's one lesson I feel like we've learned. Like I used to walk in and be like, oh my gosh, this paint color is awful. And then someone's like, oh, I really like the yellow. And you're like, oh yeah, it's great. And then you kind of feel like you're not being right. Like something like a ceiling leak or something like that, definitely pointing out. But it kind of just like walk in and let a buyer tell me what they like about it and point out features. But everyone likes very different things. So you just kind of
Yeah.
let them tell you what they're thinking of the property first and then go from there.
When you're listing a home, how do you handle multiple offers? Is there a defined way to do that? Or if you're listing a home and you get multiple offers, how do you handle multiple offers?
Spreadsheets. If there's a lot of offers, then I just put it in and go off of facts of how much they're going to net. Some sellers want to know, like, is it a family? Are they going to live here? They want to know the dynamics of who they are. And other people are like, just give me the numbers. So we kind of let the seller direct what information they would like, but their bottom line or what they're going to net is how we present it. And honestly, a lot of times we'll say, hey, this agent called me, told me she was sending over the offer, is very communicative, right? This agent texted me and I haven't heard back from him, called him 3 times. It makes a difference, an agent on the other side of the transaction.
Okay.
So I feel like we've built a lot of relationships with agents over the years too, and that plays a pretty big role into.
I like that. Yeah, having that relationship with the agents, answering their phone, but also like you do a lot of great things also, Kelly. And so I enjoy when I'm able to talk to that person's lender, or that lender reaches out and is
Yeah.
personable and like, okay, these people are well qualified. I was able to build a relationship with their lender, and they said, if we have any questions, concerns, we can call them anytime.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a lot of times why real estate deals fall through is the lending side, communication
Yeah.
side, and so making sure their side is able to communicate and willing to communicate.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
a
and I
big
feel like
help.
it helps us too, submitting in a multiple offer situation, saying, hey, contact our lender. I mean, I CC you on offer, right? Like, call him. He will tell you. And I feel like we're totally confident that any of our buyers who are qualified with you are actually qualified. So that's helpful
It's funny
too.
how so many things just come down to good communication,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Good or bad. Hey,
Yeah.
if we have to tell somebody, thanks for the plug, by the way. hey, this thing came up. What about this debit on your bank statement?
Sure.
You know, we don't wait. We got to address it right away.
Yeah.
Let you guys know. So, very cool. How about the day-to-day life as a married couple as
The
realtors?
Jolley family.
Describe a day with the Jolleys as a home and church and
for sure.
work.
So Monday, no, like yesterday, for example, like we have 4 kids, 3 of them go to the same school, so that's great. But all the drop-offs are like at 7:30. So Casey takes a few kids, I take a kid, and we do drop-offs in the morning. I'm the breakfast maker.
Derek's
I
breakfast.
typically make breakfast.
He prides himself on his breakfast.
Yep. Then, so this year was like all the kids are in school all day for the first time. And so that was awesome. But then we decided, we wanted to do a little foster care, a little foster baby. So we got involved with the foster program, and now we have a little 18-month-old little boy that, like, after this, I'll go home and hang out with him, and Casey will go to work. But yesterday, Casey was home with him, and I was at work. So we just switch off every day. One person's at home and one person's working. So it just depends on the
How long
day.
have you had the foster?
2 weeks
What's
now.
his name?
His name's George.
George.
Little George. So
I bet he's just taken to you both.
Yeah, he's been super sweet. The kids love having him around, so it's been a fun mix.
yeah. So every day is
Derek
different.
has it too easy at home, so let's have fun with the little kid.
Couldn't just be me and the chickens. We had to, get someone else. So no, but every day is different. It just, I think Casey liked more of a schedule. She's like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll do this too, and she still tries to do that, but it's just like sometimes you have a listing on this day, or you have to go do pictures on this day,
More
and so
flexible.
so you just gotta be flexible. But
We usually alternate days,
yeah,
especially having a little one at home, so Derek gets a break.
Very good. Now, how do we get a hold of? I'm looking at my friend Joey here.
I
How do
definitely
we
have
get-
you guys' Instagram.
how
If
do
you guys
we-
have any
Perfect
How
Instagram.
do we-
websites, TikToks, any of that
How do we
stuff?
direct
I keep
people
trying to get
the
Derek to go on
Jollies?
TikTok. I'm
Dude,
like,
your personality is
I know.
amazing.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
Stop.
You're
Yeah.
on the win too. You got some funny quips, dude.
Yeah.
I like ordered him a little mic, and he's like, I'm not gonna whisper. Like,
The one you
just
plug
walk
in.
around the house. Like the things you say are funny.
mostly talk to myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
He's
Yeah.
humble, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll have all.
Instagram, yeah,
We'll get on
is
the-
perfect.
That's there.
Yeah.
By the way, Connie made me last night. It's the coolest pudding. This is really cool. 6 boiled eggs.
Okay.
Third a cup of cocoa, third a cup of sugar, and a half a cup of milk. Just whipped it in the blender. It was like protein chocolate pudding.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It was delicious.
Not baked.
No,
You would eat that?
just whipped it. But
I didn't
it's,
say. Did he,
You
he
said it
said
sounds
was
delicious. You
no,
said it
it's
sounds
a-
delicious.
It was amazing.
You
Nice.
not like pudding?
I love pudding.
You know-
But anyway,
eggs.
she saw it on.
Then I said, was it cooked? And he said no, and I was like, I retract my statement.
No, the eggs were cooked. The
Okay,
hard-boiled
that's fine.
I was
eggs
like,
were
okay, I'll make
cooked.
that for you tonight. Bring the cameras
It was
over.
really good.
Liar. I was envisioning us turning into a lava cake, and I was waiting for you to say that.
No,
Then we
no.
added flour.
Well, there's another one of those too. But,
That does sound good. I like that. I like little creations with eggs and stuff.
Yes. He's always
what
sneaking
do we
eggs
what did we
into
miss
everything.
here? Anything you wanna? What do you think, Joey?
Maybe a scary story. Not like around the fireplace type thing, but
Once upon a time.
like, for
Just
example,
kind of like a crazy, like.
yeah, like some crazy stuff that's happened to you guys that you don't see often. Like I've had a dude, like you said, you always go and meet somebody.
Yeah.
Like I went and meet somebody, he tried to steal my camera, and I was like, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, when we were short selling my grandma and grandpa's house, I was scared. Most people probably wouldn't be scared. Let's be honest. I've been known to be scared in the day. But when I went to the house at night, I don't know why I went to the house at night, but I go up to the front door and it's just like completely open.
It's like a double door.
Yeah. And so I was like,
Casey?
yeah, send the kids.
Casey, I'll wait here in the car.
Go in and see what's up.
So when she wouldn't come, then I decided, actually, as I'm telling the story, there's nothing great happened, so it's going to be really
But it
boring. But it was scary to me.
Monster house.
Yeah, that was
So
crazy.
the cops came, they walked through, and they're like, sir, just
The wind blew the
Next
door
time,
open.
be a man.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
Sir, there's your wife.
Yeah.
Let her make the phone calls. I was showing a house, again, a short sale. That was when all the craziness happened, and it said it was vacant. But I feel like it's become habit since, like, I ring the doorbell a few times and knock just to, like, see if anyone's there. And I don't think I did that. And I walked in and we got inside, and then a German Shepherd came around the corner, and I was like, oh my gosh. And you kind of, like, started seeing, like, someone is here who's not supposed to be here. So we just, like, slowly backed out, and I called the agent. I'm like, someone is in this house. He's like, no, it's vacant. I'm like, there is a large dog in there. I almost got attacked. So that was very frightening to walk in. A lot of just the squatter era of short sales. You did not know what you're walking into.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes, like, going through homes in Vegas, sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's fun. Like, going in a house and there's just a big stripper pole, and, you know, like, in the
That's
family room,
true.
you're like, all right, you know, like, you never know what you're going to walk into sometimes.
True.
I mean, there's pictures, but sometimes there's just, like, pictures of the front of the house, and people are like, I want to go check out this house, and it's
It's a surprise.
yeah.
It's true.
We have my Connie's parents both died in their home
Okay.
in the Northwest. This was 10, 12 years ago. And the guy who bought the house, this is a real estate story. When he walked in, he's a very prominent realtor. I won't mention him by name. He walked in the front door, and he turned to my wife and said, "Did your parents die here?"
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
And my wife said, "Yeah." She's like, "They were good people. I could tell they were good people."
I'll take it.
So, like, a month later, he calls my wife and, "Hey, I found something up in the attic that belongs." He found my dad's old coin, her dad's old
Oh, wow.
coins, a little, like, coin collection, and Connie went and picked it up, and he toured her around that house and said, "Your dad's still here. He talks to me all the time."
Really?
He was in real estate, wasn't he? Which Connie's dad was.
That's wild.
But it was cool. He was just really cool. He
Yeah.
doesn't like that I drink. I know that. But it's just really funny that,
That's so interesting.
her parents had a great vibe in that
Yeah.
in that
House,
home
yeah.
still.
That is neat.
Anyway.
Interesting. No,
That's my.
Yeah, that's
Your-
good. That's a
that's
lot better
your-
than ours. Sorry.
Yeah.
just use Kelly's.
Yeah.
But I used to be scared. A couple months ago, I was riding my bike around Lone Mountain, and this Doberman Pinscher just latched right onto my ankle
Oh my gosh.
as I was driving by, and I kind of drug him along, and then anyway.
Did you get your pant or you, like pierce
No,
your skin?
I learned something. Okay.
Okay.
Dog bites. It was a big, deep gash, but they don't stitch them. You don't.
Oh.
I had to go to quick care. They don't stitch dog bites because of the infection and stuff. They just
They wanted to
let it
get out.
open. But
That's
anyway, I have a nice little scar on my
Yeah,
left
geez.
ankle.
Should I throw in a
No.
plug for my buddy who's
Personal injury.
yeah, should I
Tony.
throw in Valiente Mott, personal injury?
No,
I get a free mug, so it's fine.
no. I could tell the poor lady was panicked. I said, "Look,
That's pretty
just,
crazy.
Just pay for the repairs on my e-bike because it kind of."
Oh
Yeah, and
my
I-
gosh.
Anyway.
That's a little traumatic.
That is.
Yeah. So now I'm a little extra cautious
I
when
bet.
I'm going by a dog.
Yeah. Big dogs like that. My dad
Yeah.
was bit by a German Shepherd.
Uh-oh.
So that's when I saw that, I was like, nope, we're going to back out of here real quickly. I'm glad you're
Well, very
okay.
cool. And go Niners.
Go Niners.
Yeah.
They're not doing too well this year, but they'll turn
Well,
it around.
You guys are great. Thanks for being on our
Thanks
No,
show
for
thank
having
you.
today.
us. Yes.
No,
You guys
Kelly,
are
Kelly, you're
fantastic.
great. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's anytime we know a client calls Kelly, we just know, like, all right.
We don't have to follow up.
We don't have
like,
to
we're
worry.
just like, we're
No.
good. It's
Yeah.
a really, so thank
really-
you.
As Casey is to you, it's really Casey. For me, it's my team. I have 2 sons, but no, thank you.
No, thank you.
You guys are very fun. Thanks for being
Thanks for
here
having
today.
Appreciate it.
us.
Yeah, thank you.